Hey, welcome to the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. This law, the law of process, we're going to see the work that's needed in order to become the leader that I know you can be. I'm pretty excited about this part. This is kind of where the physicality of the 21 Irrefutable Laws comes in. Believe it or not, I haven't been to the gym in a while. I know, right? And I've gotten fatter. I'm not in the shape that I used to be. But even if I go to the gym tonight, I'm not going to be where I was 6 months ago, 18 months ago, a year ago. It just doesn't happen like that when you're trying to build up muscles and get your cardiovascular going. Leadership is the same way. Leadership is a complicated journey, and it takes more than just doing one thing, reading a book, listening to one video set. It takes growth and self-awareness. It takes doing and then adjusting and then doing some more and then readjusting. Leadership is a process. It's an awesome process. It's a great journey if you want to be a leader. If you don't want to be a leader, then it's a pain because it involves a 4-letter word, W-O-R-K, work. It's a disciplined practice, a disciplined daily practice. Maxwell says leadership develops daily, but not in a day. We're going to look at the 5 phases of leadership. First phase is I don't know what I don't know. That's when you start out. You really don't know what you don't know. You're kind of feeling out things. You don't have any reference point to build some wisdom on. The next phase comes in is I know that I need to know. That's when your paradigm isn't working out. That's when you think you have influence, but it just isn't clicking. Third phase is I know what I don't know. And then you have to ask yourself, what is your plan for growth? In the fourth phase, now you figure out what you need to know. You got your plan, and you start growing, and you start seeing results. This is an exciting time, but there's a lot of work that goes in before you get to the fourth phase. And the fifth phase is I simply go because of what I know. I want you to think about the first time that you drove a car. First time you drove a car, you just get behind the wheel and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what is this? I know the first time I drove a car, it was a clutch. So now I'm thinking, I got 2 feet and 3 pedals. Whose great idea was this? I got to remember where the gears are. I got to remember to look in the mirrors. Oh yeah, I got to keep my car in between the lane and forget about, speed limit. I was doing 5, 10 miles an hour on surface streets, upsetting everybody behind me. I was consciously aware that I was incompetent. And after about a year or two, I became consciously aware that I was competent. I was doing pretty good. I could drive pretty good. I could shift. I could go up hills. I could stop on hills, shift into first. I was doing all right. But about 5 years down the road, strange things started happening, and that was I'd be driving on the freeway. I'd be thinking about something else. I was safe. And I passed my exit. Because all those skill sets that I had developed over those 5 years were now an unconscious set of skill sets. I could drive almost on automatic, and a lot of us do. We have receptors behind our eyes that tell us of danger. That's why taillights are red. When we saw taillights, it all of a sudden come into consciousness, and we'd start applying the brake and making sure everything's okay. So how does this relate to leadership? It's the same way. It's a process. It's a process of continuous work, right? WORK. Continuous work. You're growing. You had a plan now for driving. You had to do so many hours before they give you your permit. You do so many hours, then they give you your license. It's the same thing. Leadership is exactly the same way. The problem is most people don't have a plan. That third phase right there, people aren't doing that. And they're stuck in, I know I need to know, so I'll just go to a seminar and, osmosis will happen and all of a sudden I become brilliant. It just doesn't work like that. You need to have a plan to grow. You need to have a plan to reassess. When you're driving, you get reassessed real quick if you change lanes and you don't look over your right shoulder and you hit a car, right? Well, in leadership, we journal. How effective were we today? We become self-aware. These are the 5 phases that we go through. And this is the work that's required if you want to be a leader. Process will lift your lid. If you put a process to things, your leadership lid, your capabilities will rise. So you got to ask yourself, what are you doing right now to build yourself into a great leader? Do you have a plan for growth? Is an intentional application? What books are you reading right now? What seminars are you enrolling in? And what sacrifices are you making to reach your goal? Leaders are readers, and they should always be searching for new knowledge, new wisdom. And as we do that, there are trade-offs. In the 15 laws of growth, there's a law called the law of trade-offs. First, the trade-offs are pretty easy. I'm not going to watch as much TV. But then the trade-offs start becoming harder. So my question to you is, do you have the discipline, do you have the commitment right now to set and say, I'm going to read 10 pages of a leadership book a day. I'm going to journal every night places where I nailed it and things that maybe I didn't do right. Do you have that commitment? See, the secret of our success is discovered in our daily agenda. You have to want to follow the law process. You have to want to layer your life, to use the compound effect in your work life over a period of time. It takes learning, it takes journaling, and it takes practical application. Those of you listening to this understand the commitment it takes, the trade-offs it takes to become a good leader. Shortcut never paid off. Matter of fact, the shortcut's probably the longest distance between 2 points. I commend you on your journey. I know that this is work. You've listened to 3 leadership laws so far, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort that it takes to put into these worksheets that you're doing, reading the book, gaining knowledge, and then applying it and gaining wisdom. So you have to ask yourself why. Why this journey? You all have different reasons why you want to become better at leadership. Might be more promotions or to deal more effectively with people that you manage. For me, and I think all leaders, don't see people where they're at. They see people where they're going. I know during this I talked about process and that it's work. But the work is worth it. You can help change people's lives. You can affect them and influence them so that they start becoming something better than what they even thought of themselves. As leaders, we don't see people where they're at. We see people where they want to go. And we help lead them to that place, to break down their fears, to realize that they have so much more potential than what they could even imagine. So is the journey worth it? Is the process worth it? Absolutely.